The world of weapons is a fascinating one, filled with a rich history and a constant drive for innovation. It's a world of innovation, driven by the need to outsmart your opponent and gain the upper hand in battle. In this world, few weapons are as curiously named as the bazooka, a name that stands out in the annals of military history. The name sounds almost comical, but this weapon is anything but a joke. It has proven its worth on countless battlefields. The bazooka, with its strange name and unconventional design, has a compelling story to tell, one that is both intriguing and impactful. This rocket launcher, a symbol of American ingenuity, transformed the battlefield and left a lasting impact on the way wars are fought, changing military tactics forever. The bazooka story is one of innovation under pressure, a testament to the creativity and resourcefulness of its inventors. It's a story of how a simple yet powerful weapon can change the course of history, altering the outcomes of battles and wars. So, let's dive in and explore the fascinating world of the bazooka, uncovering the secrets behind its creation and its enduring legacy. Imagine a tube open at both ends with a grip and a trigger. That's the basic design of a bazooka. Sounds simple, right? Well, its simplicity is part of its genius. The bazooka is a rocket launcher. This means it fires a projectile, a rocket that is self-propelled. This rocket, packed with explosives, gives the bazooka its punch. This weapon, small enough to be carried by a single soldier, can destroy tanks and other armored vehicles. That's the beauty of the bazooka, a small weapon with a massive impact. The bazooka didn't just appear out of thin air. It has a fascinating origin story that intertwines with the dire needs of wartime innovation. Like all inventions, it was born out of necessity. The urgency of war often accelerates technological advancements. In the early days of World War II, the Allied forces faced a significant threat: German tanks. These formidable machines were nearly unstoppable on the battlefield. These armored behemoths were wreaking havoc and are alles nene de zin in mushroom to bake to do to hasta pe der them. The traditional weapons were ineffective against such heavily armored targets. Enter Colonel Leslie Skinner and Lieutenant Edward Wool. These two innovative minds were determined to find a solution. In 1942, these American military minds created a portable rocket launcher capable of taking on enemy tanks. This new weapon was revolutionary. They called it the stovepipe due to its resemblance to a common household item. The simplicity of its design was part of its genius. The name bazooka came later, inspired by a musical instrument used by comedian Bob Burns. This quirky name added a touch of humor to a deadly weapon. The name stuck, and the rest, as they say, is history. The bazooka became an iconic symbol of military ingenuity and resilience. The bazooka arrived on the scene just in time. Its debut in the North African campaign was a game changer. Soldiers now had a weapon that could take on the fearsome German tanks. The impact was immediate. The bazooka gave Allied troops a much-needed advantage in tank warfare. It was particularly effective in urban combat, where its portability allowed soldiers to maneuver in tight spaces. The bazooka became a symbol of American firepower. It boosted morale and instilled fear in the enemy. The weapon proved its worth in key battles, from the beaches of Normandy to the forests of Europe. Then, Section 5, How the Bazooka Works, Rocket Science 101. The bazooka might seem simple, but its functionality is based on the principles of rocket propulsion. Here's a breakdown. First, loading. The process begins with the soldier carefully loading the rocket into the bazooka. The soldier loads a rocket, basically a mini missile, into the back end of the tube. This step is crucial for the subsequent stages. Next, ignition. When the trigger is pulled, an electrical circuit is completed, igniting the rocket propellant. This ignition is what sets the entire mechanism into motion. Then, propulsion. The burning propellant generates hot gases, creating pressure that launches the rocket out of the tube. This rapid expulsion is what propels the rocket forward at high speed. Finally, impact. The rocket, fitted with a shaped charge warhead, hits the target. The impact is designed to maximize damage. The shaped charge focuses the explosive force, creating a high-velocity jet of metal that can pierce armor. This jet is capable of penetrating even the toughest armor. It's a simple yet highly effective system that revolutionized anti-tank warfare. The bazooka's design and functionality have made it a staple in military arsenals around the world. Section 6. Advantages of the bazooka, David versus Goliath. The bazooka wasn't just another weapon. It offered several key advantages on the battlefield. First, portability. It was lightweight and easy to carry, allowing for quick deployment in different combat situations. Second, ease of use. Soldiers didn't need extensive training to operate a bazooka effectively. Third, psychological impact. The sight of a bazooka could demoralize enemy troops, knowing they were vulnerable to this powerful weapon. And finally, cost-effective compared to the cost of a tank. The bazooka was an incredibly economical way to counter armored threats. The bazooka proved that even a small portable weapon could pack a serious punch against larger, heavily armored targets. Section 7. Disadvantages of the bazooka. Every rose has its thorns. While the bazooka was a game changer, it wasn't without its flaws. First, limited range. The bazooka's effective range was relatively short, putting soldiers at risk when engaging enemy tanks. Second, backblast. Firing the bazooka produced a significant backblast, a dangerous plume of hot gas that could injure anyone standing behind the operator. Third, accuracy. While somewhat accurate at shorter ranges, the bazooka's accuracy decreased significantly at longer distances. Despite these drawbacks, the bazooka's advantages far outweighed its limitations in the context of World War II. Section 8. The bazooka's legacy, a lasting impact. The bazooka's impact extends far beyond World War II. Its influence can be seen in military doctrine. The bazooka's success led to a shift in military thinking, emphasizing the importance of portable anti-tank weapons for infantry. In weapon development, it paved the way for the development of more advanced rocket launchers, like the RPG-7 and the Javelin. And in pop culture, the bazooka has become a staple in movies, TV shows, and video games, cementing its place in popular culture. The bazooka, a seemingly simple weapon, left an indelible mark on the world. Section 9. Conclusion. The bazooka, a game changer in warfare. The bazooka, with its quirky name and straightforward design, revolutionized warfare. It gave infantry a fighting chance against heavily armored vehicles, proving that size isn't everything on the battlefield. From its humble beginnings as a stovepipe to its legendary status as a tank killer, The Bazooka story is a reminder that innovation often arises in the face of adversity. It's a story of how a simple idea, driven by necessity, can change the course of history. The Bazooka's legacy lives on, not just in the weapons it inspired, but in the lessons it taught about ingenuity, adaptability, and the ever-evolving nature of warfare.